Hi, I'm Dirty Mind Tricks, aka Adam Kerber. My style of music it's a drum and bass, so it's not necessarily EDM. EDM is a genre of bass house and dubstep and trap house and stuff like that. So drum and bass and that kind of thing is definitely a whole other cloud per se than what the EDM genre is. Not great, not bad. It just totally two different kinds of things. And when you listen to that kind of thing, you'll really hear the difference between somebody like the event that we had in Flagstaff. The gentleman before me, great DJ, dubstep, sounds completely different than anything like the older generation would have spun. That would be classified as a genre of techno rather than as of EDM. I started going to parties back in '97. My first party that I ever was introduced to by my coworkers at Taco Bell. One of my first jobs ever was Tron. And back then we had nothing but like break beats and house and so on and so forth. And I actually started off being a part of a dance crew back then called the 602 crew. And so when we got back into it, we had a friend come over, or that we had met in the scene, and his name was Cody. Really nice guy. We miss him a lot. He lives out in Colorado now. But he was big time into drum and bass, and we were into drum and bass at the tail end of what we were going through. And he's the one who introduced us into DJing and going over to a friend's house. And just as of recently, probably about a year and a half ago now, is when I really just started putting myself out there. And the reason why is because we just kept on having friends come over, and they were like, why are you not doing this on a regular basis? Why are you not putting yourself out there as far as DJing and so on and so forth? So I went ahead and did it, and it took off fairly well. You guys, with the help of Kip Killigan, were the first ones ever to ever book me. And so I find that very humbling and very honored for that, and it was a great show. Pre-game wise, I don't know, especially for your first time, I don't know if there's even really a good game plan other than your set track list. There's nothing you can really do. I tried to play it as cool as possible, I guess, but yeah, I was absolutely terrified. I mean, there's no way to get around it. I was absolutely terrified. I was very, very humbled and honored, again, that Contagion Media would sit there and consider me for something like that. But man, yeah, I was completely and totally nervous. And then there was a slight malfunction on equipment up there, on equipment that wasn't reading between each other and stuff like that. So that made me even more ridiculously nervous. But, you know, once I got into it, everything was all golden. I brought the house on it. I played my ass off for you guys, and I really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, once you get into that whole entire deal, yeah, you get, I wouldn't say as much nervous, I would say more anxious. You just got that anxious feeling because you want to be back up on that stage and make everybody happy in the crowd as much as humanly possible. So yeah, it's always a learning process. And again, I'm still learning. I'm still getting out there. I've only been in the game for a year and a half. So I just take it as it comes. My favorite part of any show is looking out there and seeing people go buck wild crazy. I mean, there's no other feeling like it. Of course, you know, I like to interact with the crowd. Unfortunately, with my genre of music, it's very technical, so just if you ask just about any drum and bass DJ out there, it's very hard to sit there and be that interactive with the crowd. You have to really, really concentrate to make sure that everything fits like a puzzle perfectly together to make that set work. But yeah, when you're sitting there and you're just busting it and you're messing around with everything that you need to, all of your trim and your highs and your lows and double dropping and so on and so forth, and then you look up after a while and you just see everybody out there just dancing and sweating and just throwing up "I love you" and so on and so forth. I mean, there's really no other feeling like it. That to me is exactly why I do that. do it at home and have huge house parties at home and throw down at home, and seeing everybody in here just going buck wild crazy. It doesn't matter either way for me. That's the best feeling that I get out of that situation. You can find me on SoundCloud and Mixcloud under Dirty Mind Tricks. I also have a YouTube channel under Dirty Mind Tricks. If you also want to email me on anything, I'm at dirtymindtricks78@gmail.com. Thank you.
Bigger than that, boy. Hey, bigger than that, boy.